So, where does the process really start? For me, it kind of started just here. I was probably 6 years old when my mom just let me walk into the nature alone, and then I ended here. And this is the river of Vestfossen. The creek is just a little bit down there. And it wasn't much this wildlife thing. It was more of finding your good spots, the beautiful spots where you could just sit down and think, watching, looking, soon also with the camera, taking pictures of birds. But when I was here, that's where I realized this connection and how important nature was for me, and still is. So that connection is something that I brought along with me in my whole artistic process for the rest of my career, basically. I have been aware of my own connection, and it might sound, well, I don't know, excessively dominant that my connection is the right one or the solution for all. This is not either the case. It is merely the basis for the work I do. At least I hope the connection is based on some kind of awareness. The connection I have is not stable either. I meet every location with an open heart and open mind. Sometimes this location, sites, accepts me, wishes me a warm welcome. Sometimes you kind of feel rejected, and it doesn't really anger me or but it certainly overwhelmed me. Patience you have to have to make the work. The same goes for making or working on a location, because when you spend so much time there, you get to know every little bit and part of it. It's like here. This is a place I've been going back to for almost 30 years. I recognize, even after 30 years, I recognize trees, I recognize plants, I recognize shapes that is becoming a part of me. And that's the same thing that happens if you spend enough time on location, that the space itself becomes a part of you and you become a part of the space. And I think that's where the magic happens. And just think about this project. Let's go out. As of today, it's 29 pictures for 4 years. That's not much, and I'm not lazy. It's not about that, but it's the time it takes to make a project, especially for me, at least. Yeah, there are so many paradoxes, difficulties, challenges. You know, everyone can see it. Whatever corner you look to, you know, you will see something that is trouble, problems we have to solve. We have to solve them. And for me, it started with learning about the climate change 35 years ago. Ozone layer, extinction of species. It was all happening. And that's 35 years ago. The Norwegian Prime Minister, Gro Harlem Brundtland, she was talking about sustainable development. And for me, all of this was shocking. And being an artist, this has become even more difficult because it has become so much more. It's a global problem that has to be solved with global solutions. And to have global solutions, you have to have people working together. a lot more than we are doing today, and it has to happen very fast. And if you look at the processes we are in, they are going quite slow. And for an artist to take all of this into account and still be true to what was your initial goal, you almost get desperate in both understanding it, but even more conveying it in some way. And the more knowledge we get, the more brutal it becomes. During those 4.5 billion years, the planet by itself, by truly natural mechanisms, developed a natural web encompassing the whole planet. Some even say it's connected, that this part of nature is connected to another part in a different part of the world. It's a web. Then we started cultivating the planet. We're starting to change the appearance of the planet. Then came the Industrial Revolution. And in an extremely short amount of time, we made a worldwide web, not just like internet, but infrastructure. Everything on the planet is connected by us. That means that we replaced this entire natural web in the course of a few generations. Something that took 4.5 billion years to develop has been eradicated by humans, encompassing the whole planet. And when you realize that, it's daunting and it's scary. That went too fast.